Hello and welcome. This is James Blanchard Cisneros at your service. Today I'll be reading the March 26th Daily Inspirational Message. It's a condensed version. It's 2 paragraphs long. Then I'll center myself, say a little prayer, and then make a couple comments on the message, and I trust it will assist both of us on our journeys. Okay, here we go. The title, You Become What You Teach. Paragraph 1. Knowingly or not, you are a teacher and are teaching all the time. From your example, others learn, while at the same time, you reinforce within you what you teach. What you share with others, you strengthen within yourself. The more you share and teach something, the more you become what you share or teach. You have the power to teach both the darkness and the light. When you align with the energies of judgment, anger, resentment, or revenge, you are teaching others symbols of the darkness. Today, let us consciously stop ourselves from teaching what we do not want our children to embody. Today, let us make a very conscious decision to take personal responsibility for the words, energies, and emotions we align with, share, and teach. Paragraph 2. Today, let us recall that in this world of duality, anytime we interact with another, we are teaching either the darkness or the light. What we teach others, we reinforce within and become. Today, let us stop blaming the outer world for the amount of light or darkness that we seem to be experiencing. Instead, let us start teaching what we ourselves want to experience. Today, before every interaction, ask yourself, do I want to teach the darkness or the light? Then after every interaction, ask yourself, did I teach my brother or sister about the darkness or the light? Remind yourself throughout the day, I have been placed here by the light, that is God, to remind my brothers and sisters of the light in them, of the love that is their true and eternal essence, nature, and home. All right, you become what you teach. Again, a relatively simple lesson, but extremely useful to be more proactive in your life than reactive. And so when we start to recall that everything we think about, everything we say, everything we do, we reinforce within ourselves. And so if we have a negative way of thinking about life, no matter how different that seems to be from my thinking, because I'm thinking and seeing through the ego's lens, seeing through the lens of judgment and fear, this is what I'm reinforcing within my mind. And so this is what I'm making more and more real each day, even though it is not real. Only the love of God, which is all, is real. And so we can always choose to see through love's lens instead of the ego's lens. And so let us be consciously proactive today and take personal responsibility for what we're thinking and how we're seeing our environment and how we're reacting in that environment, to self and to others. Because whatever it is that we use, we reinforce. And whatever it is that we reinforce, we start becoming. And then the more we start becoming that, the more real it seems to be. And so yes, you can be in the ego's fairy tale and make it seem really quite real, because over and over you reinforce the false as true. And so little by little, you started to see the false as true. And then you wonder why you feel so confused and chaotic and conflicted and out of balance. It's because you're seeing the false as true. And so don't punish yourself when that happens. Simply practice catching yourself. And so one thing we could do is, let's say we're going into an interaction, okay? Let us, before every interaction, remind ourselves, okay, I am here to be the light of the world. Therefore, to be that, I have to reinforce the light within me. And these are the light thoughts that I have to share, so that I can reinforce it, so I can become it more and more, and so that I can realize that yes, this is who I truly am. And so before every interaction, simply remind yourself, okay, I can teach the light or the darkness. Which one will I choose? And God willing, you will choose the light and all of its expressions, such as compassion and forgiveness and understanding and peace and joy. And not the darkness, which is fear and confusion and chaos and judgment and anger and resentment and hate and revenge and regret. So that's what we do before the interaction, is remind ourselves we have the power to teach the light or the darkness. Whatever it is we teach, we become. But then during the interaction, practice noticing, okay, am I in this interaction teaching the light or the darkness? If I'm teaching the light, great, cool, everything's cool. If I find myself teaching the darkness, I don't punish myself, I simply realize what I'm doing and then come back to the light in me and start teaching that instead. Where I judge, I now forgive. Where I condemn, I now show compassion. Where I was adding to the confusion and to the chaos, I now bring clarity and peace. And so that's what we do during the interaction. And then after the interaction is a good time to just go over it in your mind. Okay, did I teach the darkness or the light? What was I thinking? How was I using my words? What words was I using? What emotions was I using? How was I reacting to my brother or sister? And then so after the interaction, you kind of like start to correct whatever needs correcting and support whatever needs supporting. So you support and reinforce the light in you, and you correct the darkness. Those times that you bought into the ego's programs as real. And so when we do so, we start to become who we truly came here to be. We start to reinforce the light over and over, more and more consciously. And that light gets brighter and brighter in us, and it becomes easier and easier to teach light instead of darkness. And so let us today take personal responsibility for what we teach, because what we teach we become, and what we become we make real. Even in the fantasy world, we make it real, and we suffer and struggle and have pain. You can make that very real, but you don't have to. Just correct the path, correct your thinking, bring it back into alignment with the light in you, and practice only being and sharing the light in you. Thank you very much for your time. I love you very much. If you can be so kind as to like, comment, or share, this would help with the listening process, and it might help somebody become the light of the world that they came here to be. And remind themselves that, yeah, I can teach myself to be that light. I don't have to teach myself or reinforce the darkness. Today, I teach and reinforce only the light in me as true. If you made it this far, thank you very much. I love you very much, and God willing, we'll see each other tomorrow. Peace.